Okay. So virtualization means the process of dividing a large number of hardware into smaller virtual machines. Okay. Say for example, you have a hardware box with huge capacity. Okay. So what we will do, this hardware has got, say for example, 10 CPU and 50 GB memory. Okay. So what we will do, we will install the hypervisor, the virtualization software here on top of this hardware. So what we can do, we can convert or we can leverage this 10 CPU and 50 GB memory, and we can use a little bit portion of the CPU and memory and create separate virtual machines. Okay, say for example, you need a virtual machine of capacity 2 CPU and 4 GB memory. Okay, then you can create one virtual machine. Similarly, if you have another virtual machine requirement, maybe you may need around 4 CPU, 16 GB memory. So basically, the process of dividing the large number of hardware capacity into smaller capacity by using the tool or a software called hypervisor and creating the separate individual virtual machines, this is called as virtualization. Okay, so there are two types of virtualization in the current market. Okay, so let me explain the two types of virtualization softwares we have. There are two types of hypervisor. Okay, the first one is type 1 hypervisor, type 1 or bare metal hypervisor. Second one is type 2 hypervisor or application hypervisor. So let us understand what is this type 1 hypervisor and the type 2 hypervisor. So both are hypervisors only, but type 1 means we call it as a bare metal hypervisor. Let me write that type 2 one, type 1 are bare metal. So this bare metal hypervisor, right? So you have a physical box here. Okay. What you will do, on top of this physical box, you are going to install a separate layer called hypervisor. Either it can be your Microsoft Hyper-V or it can be your VMware ESXi. Okay, so what you will do, so there is no operating system itself in this box, but what you will do, you are going to install a separate operating system itself. This type 1 hypervisor or the bare metal hypervisor itself is an operating system. So this is an operating system itself. So as soon as you install the hypervisor here, you will have the control of controlling, you will have an option to control the entire available hardware configuration. Okay, whatever you had right in our previous example, we had 10 CPU and 50 GB memory, you will get it. So what you can do, you can create virtual machines however the way you want it. Okay, so another type of hypervisor is there, that is called as type 2 hypervisor. So this type 2 means this type 2 is not a bare metal one. So in order to install the type 2 hypervisor, you need to have a guest operating system. Like you have a laptop of Windows 10 machine. Okay, say for example, You have a laptop. It is a Windows 10 machine. So, say for example, you already have a laptop which is having a Windows 10 or Windows 11 operating system. So, on top of the physical hardware of your laptop, you already installed the Windows 10 as an operating system. Now, within this Windows 10 or Windows 11 operating system, we are going to install this Type 2 hypervisor as a application. Okay, that is the biggest difference between the type 1 and type 2 hypervisor. This type 1 hypervisor or bare metal hypervisor will be used in your enterprise organizations. Say for example, if you are already working in an organization, okay, in that organization you may have around 50 or 100 virtual machine. So there they will use this bare metal hypervisor. Okay, this is the enterprise one. So in the real time or in if commercial purpose or the business purpose, we will use this bare metal hypervisor. Then this type 2 hypervisors will be used in the institutes and in the lab environment or in the educational institute, such kind of organizations. We will use the type 2 hypervisor. So type 1 hypervisor itself is an operating system, but type 2 hypervisor will be running on top of an operating system and it is working as an application. So once you install the both type 1 and type 2 any of the hypervisor, then you will have the control of using the existing configuration and you can create however I mean whatever type of virtual machines you wanted depend upon your configuration. Okay, this is all about the type 1 and type 2 hypervisor. Thank you.